Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of my cancer journey. Hope you don't mind, but I'm doing this in the garage. I don't even have a mic, and it's open air, so we'll see how it works out. But I didn't want to miss the video, and I got a pretty busy day. So yesterday was a good day. Last night I took the first night dose of the Orgovyx. The next morning I'm feeling a little bit, but like I say, I don't want to use the word paranoid, but a little like what symptoms am I waiting for? So, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get on with the notes that I had. So let's talk about what's going on. I figured out a format that I want to do for these videos because there's certain things I want to cover. So I kind of broke it down to 4 categories. Mood and attitude. Okay, mood and attitude mean how I'm feeling, what my attitude is. I want to stay on top of that because I got a feeling it's going to waver. And I'm sort of expecting that. We're going to go with treatment and symptoms. It's important to talk about the treatments. That's why I'm going to bring the pills up. Projects and interests, which I want to throw in some of the things that I'm doing otherwise, and that my exercise will fall into that too, projects and interests. So we want to throw that into. And of course, do's and don'ts, and in parentheses, wills and won'ts. So that's how I'm going to try to sort of structure these videos in order to try to cover the areas, that I want to cover. No more urination symptoms so far, although I will say that yesterday I did great with hydration, a little too good with hydration, I think, but that was another issue. And I don't know if the medications have anything to do with it or not. One of the side effects was frequent urination. How do you tell you had frequent urination when you're 65 and you're drinking a gallon of water a day? I don't know how you tell that, but that's another thing. But so one of the things that I want to do, wills and won'ts, I need to get on specifically, do a little bit better job measuring my hydration, getting a more of an accurate count on what I'm drinking. Maybe that'll help me, instead of being, because I drank a lot yesterday, and I'm wondering, did I drink enough? Did I drink too much? Because I drank all day long, and mostly just plain old water with some pure cranberry juice in it. Not any sugar cranberry juice, but pure cranberry juice, and just a little bit to sprinkle in. I plan on getting some pure tart cherry juice with that too, and sprinkling that in with the water and drinking it. Now I'm gonna have to worry about that because I have a 12-hour workday tomorrow, and it's going to be hard to get anything else in with that. So, and hard to really overly hydrate too, since I have to be, available, a lot, and maybe sometimes an hour and a half stretches without being able to really move. So that's something that we're going to have to work out. So that's definitely something that we're going to end up talking about on the blog. I think that the specific exercise plan is going well. I've come to some ideas, but it looks like it's going to end up being just something short to get started. Back on the jump rope. So I was going to do 200 skips, but I moved up to 300 skips because I found I was tolerating that very easy. So we'll do that for about a week. Some skips, some planks, some planking in push-up positions. We'll do some squats with weights and some just straight push-ups. Weights straight up in the air with weights too. And we're going to do a quick regimen of those. Maybe spend about 15, 20, 25 minutes on it. We're not going to overdo it because I'm also getting my skating in and getting some walking in too. So that's where we're going to start with that. So, pretty good. I'm going to say I had another note here. How this affect? Yeah, I wanted to talk about this, and I think this is important. I had to ask myself a question. And turning my attention to this, and this is one of the reasons why I think I wasn't so compliant the first time I got the diagnosis, because I didn't want to give up certain things, and I wasn't even sure why. Like, why wouldn't I want to give up a whole bunch of bad food when you know it's no good for you? So the question I asked myself was, in this process, what am I losing and what am I gaining? I'm going to still contemplate that throughout these next few days, but I think it's hard to figure out what am I losing. I'm not losing anything worth losing. I'm losing the thought of some things, but I'm not losing anything worth losing. What can I gain? Well, if I add the discipline and monitor my moods and pay attention to, what I'm doing and start to let that phase in the other parts of my life, my other projects and interests, I could be gaining a lot. So there's a lot to gain and not too much to lose, really. Whatever health I've lost, I've already lost. So we're not going to worry about that. So today the second day wasn't a bad day. I think as I sit here now, I'm filling out today's journal. So maybe tomorrow, I doubt it though. I'll probably wait till Tuesday to report on how I think the Orgovyx affected me, if at all. On the second day, I'm sure that's a little too early, but I want to stay with it. And I'm going to, in the next couple of days, I'm going to be compiling some interesting facts about the Orgovyx and the therapy and try to break it down into, a way that it's really easy to get for, I would say, us lay people. Been a registered nurse for years, but to me, it's still new stuff. I don't really deal with this type of thing. So it's new to me too. And I'm sure that any of you that's following this is going to be new to you too. So this is where I'm starting, just trying to get a regimen and get my idea on how I'm going to track things and try to be diligent about that so I can get some processes that work for me along with the therapy and sort of accentuate. So till the next time, which will be shortly, if it's not tomorrow, it'll be Tuesday, which I'll report on days 3 or days 3 and 4, depending. So thank you for following me on my cancer journey.